राष्ट्रपति जो बाइडेन के निमंत्रण पर प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी 21 से 24 जून तक अमेरिका दौरे पर रहेंगे। ऐसे में दुनिया भर की नज़रें प्रधानमंत्री मोदी के अमेरिका दौरे पर टिकी हुई हैं। श्री मोदी के इसी अमेरिका यात्रा पर एक लेख लिखा गया है। अनिर्बान शर्मा ने मैन ऑन मिशन टेकिंग इंडिया टू द वर्ल्ड शीर्षक से यह लेख लिखा है। अनिर्बान शर्मा ऑब्जर्वर रिसर्च फाउंडेशन के सीनियर फेलो हैं। इन्होंने अपने लेख में भारत अमेरिका संबंधों के साथ साथ प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी द्वारा भारत की वैश्विक छवि को लेकर जो प्रयास किए गए हैं उनके बारे में भी विस्तार से बताया है। अपने लेख में अनिर्बान शर्मा ने प्रधानमंत्री के विविध आयामों को बखूबी रखा है।
Point, and this is also very exciting visit because it is Prime Minister Modi's first state visit to the US during his 9 years as a Prime Minister. This is a very important day. Now, this visit will allow Prime Minister Modi to do three things. Like you said, it will allow him to take India to the world. All right, he's bringing India to the world. He is internationalizing a set of personal beliefs that he has. His belief in yoga, for example, his belief in building a cleaner planet. All right. And finally, this is also a way for him to demonstrate India's leadership on the world stage. Right. Now, yoga is the first example and the best one. Today also happens to be International Yoga Day. And when Modi ji made his address at the UN this morning, right, there were really, three things that he did. He showed that, of course, yoga is quite unique to India in its origins, but then this is a practice that India has brought to the world. This is something deeply personal. Indians practice this at an individual personal level. But now there is a need to bring this to a much wider audience, and this is where the idea of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam comes in. Yoga is really an extension of the idea of one world, one earth, one future, one family, right? So these are all ideas that he is bringing out through this practice of yoga. And he has done exactly the same thing with the concept of lifestyle for environment, which talks about how these changes that individuals can make in their own lives can actually go on to make a global difference, right? Similarly, 2023 is the International Year of the Millet. Now, millets are very important to Indians. We consume them. They have great nutritional value for us. But in turning this into an international day, suddenly there is an increase in global demand and production and consumption of millet. So this is actually helping us work towards the Sustainable Development Goals and SDG. So Digital India is a very good example of what India is prioritizing at the G20. So it's not just Digital India, but this concept of digital public infrastructure, DPI. Okay, and for India, Aadhaar, UPI, Data Empowerment and Protection Architecture, DEPA. These are all examples of DPIs which India has developed, and India is an absolute world leader in this space. So India is now importing its idea of DPIs to other parts of the world, and other countries are beginning to develop their own identity systems, payment systems, data protection systems, etc. Okay, so DPI is a very big idea that India has sort of foregrounded through its position as G20 president. The other, of course, is climate action. Okay, and climate collaboration is something which is very dear to Prime Minister Modi's heart. And a couple of years ago at COP26, he laid out the Panchamrit, which is India's way of reaching net zero by 2070.